Her text arrived at 2:13 a.m. 4 words that cleaved through me. We need to talk. No apology, no punctuation, just the execution notice. I sat in the kitchen, shirt still damp from overtime, hands flat on the granite like I could hold the house still. The fridge hummed, the city beyond our windows breathed in sleep. She walked in barefoot, phone still glowing in her palm. I want a divorce. Her voice was steady, practiced. I stared at the marble floor between us. 80-hour weeks, $3 million in equity, her law school, my promotions, all of it sitting on this kitchen island between a cooling cup of coffee and her perfectly composed face. I said yes, quiet, immediate. She blinked, off script. Then I added, the mansion's in my mother's name. Her jaw twitched. Her lawyer, a man who'd been shadowing her through this discussion, set down his pen and looked up like someone had cut the power. I felt nothing, only a low tide dragging out the last warmth. She'd been withdrawing for months, moving like a ghost through rooms I built with overtime hours. Always on her phone, locked screens, quick swipes. The first night I suspected, she came home smelling of a hotel lobby. Not perfume, not alcohol, just that neutral, sterilized air of somewhere expensive and hidden. I told myself it was stress, that she'd break first and confess. But she didn't. She grew smoother, more efficient, like a lawyer drafting her own escape clause. I started noticing small errors, different credit card receipts tucked under the wrong name, Lyft rides at 11 p.m. to streets she never mentioned, a second phone charger buried at the bottom of her purse. I kept my face flat, my voice warm, my eyes tired. I wanted her to believe I was still working blind. But inside, I'd already turned the lock on the cage. I built my case like I built every deal, quietly. Bank statements, device backups, cross-referencing hotel bookings with her calendar. I found the man quickly, an equity partner at her firm, married, 2 kids. They called each other client on Venmo for the hotel reimbursements. I ordered a DNA kit under a false name, swabbed her toothbrush, and the sonogram photo still magnetized to our fridge. Not because I doubted the child, but because doubt had already become the oxygen in our house. While she slept, I sat at the foot of our bed scrolling her private messages, seeing how she narrated me as absent, cold, a cash pipeline. The contempt was surgical. Reading it felt like examining my own autopsy. Still, I went to work every morning. Still, I poured her coffee. Each act a brick in the facade I'd build until I was ready to push. The DNA came back on a rainy Thursday. Not mine. No question. I printed everything, texts, bank transfers, the paternity results, bound them in a black folder with her name in silver on the spine, like a legal brief she couldn't win. That night I placed it on the dining table. She walked in, heels still on, hair perfect, scrolling her phone. Saw the folder. Paused. What's this? Discovery, I said. She opened it. Page by page her breath thinned. The hotel receipts, the messages, the child. When she reached the DNA report, her hand shook for the first time since law school. She looked up, searching my face for a tremor. Found none. I slid an envelope across the table. Inside, a property transfer prepared by my mother's attorney. If she signed, she'd walk with nothing but her clothes and her guilt. If she refused, the folder would go to the ethics board, the partner's wife, and the state bar. She tried the performance, tears welling, voice soft. "I still love you," she whispered. The line landed like a paper airplane against concrete. "You already signed your choice," I said. "Every receipt, every message." The lawyer in her flickered, died. She signed. Her signature looked like a fracture. She left before dawn, clutching a single suitcase. No goodbye, no apology, only the faint smell of her perfume caught in the hallway air. I sat at the kitchen island again, same granite, same hum of the fridge. But the house felt lighter, like a stage after the audience has gone home. The DNA report lay face up beside my coffee. I slid it into a drawer without looking at it again. For the first time in a year, I breathed without measuring it. I wasn't happy. Happiness is a language I no longer speak. I was free. That was enough. She thought I'd built this house for her. She never understood. I built it as a vault, and tonight I walked out holding the only key.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe now to Cheating Stories Insight World for more amazing stories.